Oh, that's good. All right, boys and girls, real quick breakdown here of the trades from today. So I'm going to attach a replay of the trades after this, but in the video, I don't really go over my thought process while the trade is playing out. So I will go over it right now really fast. So as you guys know, how I like to play these FOMC days, two-stage delivery events. I want to see, data high, data low get put in, and then see price manipulate the data high or the data low, and then potentially reverse, right? So I was looking at price on NQ here after I got back from the gym, and that's why I didn't stream. I planned on streaming FOMC PM session, but I just didn't get back home in time. So I do apologize for there being no stream, but was able to get to my computer, catch the market at a good time, and then also participate and record my screen at least. So I did that. So just to break down the thought process here, we see price actually prior to the Fed funds release, we did see price make an abrupt move lower and put in this low. Right above some inefficiency. This fair value gap here is from a 15-minute time frame. And I don't usually like trading, obviously, right at FOMC. I want to wait for generally at least like 30 minutes to go by for Jerome Powell to start talking, 30 minutes after the Fed funds release, and then play something after the fact of that. So while this was happening, I did end up taking one loss, one win, by the way. So this little move up here, we had this move up and created this displacement above this order block here. And I was thinking about playing along right off of this because we had an SMT with this low at that moment with E-mini S&P. So we had an SMT divergence with this low with E-mini S&P. If I bring this back out here, you can see how this low right here, you can see how this low right here stays intact here on NASDAQ, but on ES, we raid that same low. So that same low gets raided over here on ES and not on NASDAQ. So I'm initially looking for some longs and definitely was holding more of like a longer or long bullish bias. So when we formed this displacement up, bullish fair value gap, I debated longing in this. However, I did not, simply due to the fact that on the 15-minute time frame, at that very moment in time, price was trading up into a 15-minute fair value gap here. So as price was trading up into this 15-minute fair value gap, I'm sitting on my hands, I'm staying patient. I'm like, I don't know. It's making me doubt that we are ready to go up right now. So I waited. I wanted to wait a couple of minutes, and sure enough, we get this big candle down, reclaiming or now actually inversing this fair value gap here. So we inverse this fair value gap here, and we form this inversion over that. And when we tapped back up into this BPR, I actually took an entry short because I'm like, oh, you know what? I think this has a chance of potentially running out this low here, and then maybe we go even further down yet. So in hindsight, pretty stupid that I abandoned my bullish bias, especially with this SMT still being present. But it is what it is. I did enter a long, and honestly, before I could even pick a target, I basically ended up getting stopped out. Put my stop right up here above the BPR, and in one candle basically went straight up. I would have been looking to target obviously lower external lows, but didn't really matter and got stopped out there. And then obviously seeing this, I kind of just quickly realized that I'm a dum-dum and I should have never abandoned my initial bias that we could go run for the data highs after manipulating here at the lows. So then what I did is trying to find an entry, was seeing obviously inefficiency still being left behind, but considering that we already traded down and balanced out this price range, I thought there was a really good chance that we wouldn't even see price return back into here. And so when price essentially wicks above this high here, I wanted to see this now act as a breaker block. So when price traded above, I didn't even wait for a close. When price traded above and then started to come back down and retest on this wick, I just market executed along and stop loss below this low here, right? I was leaving room for this inefficiency, but I kind of anticipated it to not even likely trade back down into there because of the swipes back and forth that we did already in price, and price was just moving really fast. So hopped in here long, and then I was looking at the 15-minute and 4-hour time frames and just simply took it up to low hanging fruit target, which is this high here, a 4-hour fair value gap / 4-hour high / 4-hour BPR. So that ended up being the move that I caught. It ate up the loss, obviously, with some profit on top. So not like the cleanest necessarily FOMC for me, just because I did end up taking a loss. You know, my fill on this long did end up being up here. My risk reward wasn't fantastic, but nonetheless, thought we had a pretty high conviction move, to be honest. So yeah, caught this long from here to here, and it was a pretty fast move, which is why I jumped in a market execution when I did, and exit looking to be pretty spot on for the moment. I think this maybe could still continue. We'll see. We have earnings come out later today, which is another thing to keep in mind, that I thought could maybe mess with FOMC a little bit, or after the fact, I should say. You know, we got what is it? We got Microsoft coming out later today, I want to say. Yeah, we got Microsoft earnings and Meta and Tesla all coming out later today after hours. So this was just something that I was keeping in mind as well, which is why I didn't really care to like ask too much out of the market, and did not really intend on holding any runners. Just wanted some quick low-hanging fruit targets. But yeah, I will throw the replay in after this. Just wanted to walk you guys through kind of my thought process, what I was thinking in the moment. Obviously, I wasn't live streaming it. I do apologize. My plan is to be back live streaming tomorrow morning. So I will see you guys then. But in the meantime, hey, hope you guys did well today, and enjoy the replay.
Our trade sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ charts on his screen, he's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracement to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money. He's gaining an advantage. He watches the market like a hawk in the sky. With every tick and every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler trades a day trader you can trust. He's dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks. He's a millionaire. With the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks. He's a millionaire.